I was surprised by how positive the parents were about the workshop. Obviously I wanted it to be good, but we had feedback that for some people they felt it was the best workshop they'd been to at the school.
They felt that the workshop was engaging and thought-provoking. Some of them said that there was a very clear message based on your own personal experience, and everyone thought that it was very entertaining and really well presented.
I think that was because they felt relaxed and they felt valued, and they felt that it really empowered them to support their children.
Lots of parents thought it was good. Some of them thought it was not just good, but it was really worthwhile coming to as a parent, and would have recommended it to other parents for sure.
It was good to do it with primary children. We have invited parents from year 3 upwards because I think it helped people prepare and get their mind ready long before their children transferred to secondary school.
I remember really well, and I really liked the parents introducing each other. I thought that was a lovely bit to do.
I thought that the key message was there in bold, that it was important to establish routines and high expectations of your own children while the children were young and still at primary school, because once puberty kicks in, there are all sorts of other forces that tug at them.
I think partly what I remember a lot about the workshop was that willingness of people to contribute their own feelings and their own worries and to ask about those, and your honesty in answering them, and answering both as a professional but as a parent who had experienced it from that point of view as well. So they felt you knew where they were coming from, and you were honest with them if you were challenging them as well. So you didn't just give them just set answers that they might want to hear, but you gave ones that they felt they could build on and take away.
And that's what I think that fundamentally comes across from you as a solid, strong family man, and I think that is why people will listen very clearly, because they know you're not doing it for edge, you're not doing it for this, you're not doing it for fame or kudos. It's about, actually, we all share this stuff. This is imparting of good, sound advice.
It was good to have someone from outside the school come in and say the kind of things that I've been saying, but obviously, and that gave it more potency, really.
The bit I really liked was the naming game. Yeah, I thought that was a really nice activity for people to do, because it kind of really warmed them down at the end. Yeah, I certainly would recommend it to people, because I think the relevance of most children, the transition from primary to secondary, and the maintaining the involvement, I really thoroughly enjoy and agree with the way you saying about talking to kids around dinner table and things like that. All those things that are very important to me, and when I was dealing with my children, I hope I've passed on, because they are fundamental things. Knowing there's kids who sit there with a tray in front of the telly, or the Xbox is on, and you don't see them anymore.
I would recommend the session to other schools, other groups of parents, because I feel that it enables parents to really reflect and consider how they can get the most for their kids out for their education in the sort of secondary phase of their education.
I think it's also very, very supportive to parents to know that this stuff could happen, and it gives them a chance to think about how they can address it and what they can do with that. So yeah, I would recommend it very highly.
The most important thing for me was that clear message that getting children into routines and keeping them there, so that they're not having to think, oh, shall I or shan't I? It's just automatic. And they're able to put all their energies into the learning, rather than things being so sort of unpredictable in their lives.
And for me, the big message was about communication, which of course can affect everybody in their relationship with secondary schools, but I think it spoke true to lots of people, how to really keep on asking the questions, even if their children don't really answer, to help their children do their best.
I think some parents that, they sort of, everything goes perfectly well in primary, but they don't really stop to consider how to prepare their children for the sort of transition to secondary, and then it's a couple of years in and they wonder why things are not going well, things are going wrong, children are becoming disengaged and have lost interest in their own learning, losing their ambition for their future.
That's what I mean. I think it's very, very poignant. It doesn't necessarily hit people at the time how poignant and relevant it is to things that are coming.
Right.
I think the longer you think about it and explore other avenues, more and more things occur to you.
I think as a one-off, I think it was nice and self-contained, and that was what some of the parents then wanted to do. Was some of the parents went off to look for Saturday schools or for specific support for their children.